Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
TFG Football is an IVM production, and you can also check out their other awesome shows like Simplified, a show that explains intense topic from around the world and simplifies it for you so that you can appear cooler in front of your friends.
You're listening to TFG Football.
Hello and welcome everyone. It's Thursday morning. That's when we are recording, and by the time you listen to it, it might be an afternoon, an evening, or whichever time that you want to listen to us. So here we are. Joining me in the studio as usual is Kevin, and joining me on Skype as usual again is Chiranjit Oja. Now, before we talk about the AFC Cup review match that got done yesterday, now. TFG Football want to probably give out our condolences to the family and to everyone who is mourning Lalnunzira's death, demise that happened yesterday. Was it yesterday?
He passed away yesterday, yes, but he sustained that injury on Monday.
Yeah, because it's so sad that within a snap of a second or a split of a second, anything can change, for celebration can suddenly change into mourning or vice versa. But here it happened so that while the celebrations were on, this young man travelled from the airport with the team till the Mohun stadium where all were gathered to celebrate.
He came 80 kilometers.
Yeah.
He travelled 80 kilometers just to welcome the team at the airport.
This is crazy. It just goes up there and some really unfortunate things happen. He slips off from the upper tier of the stadium and he had a lot of injuries. He was rushed to the hospital, but then he just gave up on those injuries. Now the whole team, the players, the whole state is mourning his death.
I think all of Indian football is mourning his death. And this is not the first time this has happened. We lost Soumya. In a train accident, returning from the derby. This actually reminds me of 2014. When Mohun and Sporting won the AFC Shield, they were celebrating like anything. 60,000 people who came to watch that match. They won in penalties. They were the happiest I've ever seen Mohun and Sporting supporters. First trophy in 40 plus years, and of that level. And on the way back, one of the supporters died of a motorcycle accident, and suddenly it just took that pleasure away. Next day the club was flying the flag at half mast, and his body was brought to the club, and everybody paid respects. So this is what it happens. When you lose a football fan, you feel like you're losing somebody from that extended family that you feel like you're a part of.
And someone who's lost.
We all have that shared experience, don't we? We all go to the matches, we all experience them together.
Yeah, an unfortunate thing that happened. Shout out to his family, everyone who's mourning. We also, give our condolences here. But as we always keep saying, whatever happens, the show must go on, and I'm pretty sure he's up there celebrating with. Since they are very much into the faith, they are all celebrating with the angels probably of their Aizawl's victory. Now moving on to the AFC Cup matches. Terrible. I don't know what else to say. Really, really bad. Both the teams. One got thrashed. The other just got... struck back their mistakes because they didn't make the most of the chances that they've got. Albin had a sitter, and I'm talking about Bengaluru versus Abahani, or the other way around, Abahani versus Bengaluru. We were looking for a 2-0. Kevin's prediction of the score came right, but not the team. The other opponent's team got the scores. Now, Kevin, let me start with you. You watched the match. Also, before I say we couldn't watch the first half, we were trying a lot of links but didn't work out. And then, thanks to Efna, he gave one link, but unfortunately didn't work out on our end. But then another guy, I think Arahan, his name is, if I'm not wrong, a big thanks to him that he provided us a link, and then which... We could watch it, and then Kevin could get a gist of how the second half went about. So Kevin, tell me, let's not talk about the first half. We didn't watch it much. We saw a lot of fouls being taken place. Second half, the same thing continued, but there was a lot of chances that Bengaluru missed. Sitters mostly. please talk about that.
The first thing on the screen, what was flashed as soon as we tuned in to watch the second half, was the number of fouls that were committed by both the teams. So Bengaluru were leading over there. So around 16-17 fouls versus 5 of Abahani. So you can understand how the game was going on. A lot of stoppages. The free movement of the ball was disturbed because of too many niggling fouls that were happening. And Bengaluru and Abahani both were just trying to get themselves organized. I'm not sure how the first half panned out, but the second half was mostly trying to understand what is the best combination. Is it the left flying, right flying, or the central?
They were still figuring out for some reason.
Yeah. So in between that, there were a lot of fouls that were happening. So it really didn't work for either team. And if you look at Abahani's game, they used the right flank to an extent that there was trouble for the Bengaluru left back, just catch up with the speed and the pace that they were attacking with. Yes, Bengaluru have to blame themselves because a lot of open chances were created, but not on target. But you have to give credit to this keeper, Sohail. He was excellent. He was he didn't do too many diving saves, but crucial. Those balls that
kept a clean sheet.
That those balls can just slide past you.
Yeah.
Those easy balls, he didn't let them pass. So that was leading up to the frustration of Bengaluru. And Sunil Chhetri on the left was doing well. He put in a good ball right along the byline, and it was George or it was Daniel. I'm not sure. Open goal, just blasted over. And then Udanta. What run of a form is he in? He can just take the ball and launch that fifth gear, as Sunil Chhetri keeps telling him. He just launches onto that speed of his. Immediately he gets the ball and he just makes a darting run. Twice or thrice he did that, and it was as if a rocket is going, and in slow motion you find those defenders just falling apart. Just one is going and falling on the left side, right side, and he's going at that speed, and he was still able to put in that ball. Again, it was Alvin George or Daniel, I'm not sure. That was a good pass played into this, just above the six-yard box. That was chance missed again. So I watched the highlights after that. The first half, Johnson got a very good chance. Again, he missed the target. So leading to all this, Bengaluru really felt as if a good performance did not give them the result. But looking at Abahani,
they made the most of it.
A red card, the second yellow card not required at all. Simply that guy Nasir, I think he had put his hand. So
he went to hold his hand.
It was not even a last man tackle. He didn't have to do that. And he was complaining that it was unfair to him. Deservingly getting the second yellow, and he was off. Last 10 minutes remaining. Bengaluru tried their best, but Abahani kept the cool.
Yeah.
That right flank which I was talking about, Abahani coming into play. A good ball right over the defense and open Saad.
The second
comes
goal,
in,
right?
No,
Which you went mad about.
No, that was the second one. So the first goal which Abahani scored, so it launches over, it was as if, giving up on that right winger of Abahani, saying, okay, I don't think this fellow is going to play the ball in. That good a ball he plays in, and there was a lot of work required to finish it. Saad comes in, a low volley, he finishes with ease. That was it. Bengaluru were done at that time. Getting that morale down, it was all that what was required from Abahani was to stay put. They didn't do that. They tried to use that counter-attack mechanism that they've been playing in the game. And they did get the chance. Amrinder was right off his line, and this guy gets the ball right at the half line. He sees Amrinder off his line, and he lobs it. It was, I think it was just inside the center circle in the Bengaluru half, and he lobs it over the keeper and straight one bounce in the goal. That was madness. Madness.
Ask me how mad you turned into in the office. And I'm like, I'm on the phone. I'm like, no, you have to come watch. I'm going crazy. Look at this goal.
That's a difficult technique. You're running towards the goal, but you are not sure if you need to just lob it over the keeper or get it past him. Excellent technique, and deservingly those 2 goals came in late, and Bengaluru had no time to get back.
So much for underestimating a team like Abahani, right? That's what you get, I think. 2-0 and then we got 4-0 and I was putting draw 2, another 2 onto it. But yeah, this is how it turns out. Now the guy who, on the other hand, who's staying silent, I think he should remain quiet in the whole show today, because that's how the team was shut yesterday by Maziya. 5-2 was the thrashing. Do you even have anything left to say, Chiranjit? Except excuses, a lower second team, a second tier team. We just lost on 1 point on taking the I-League. Fed Cup is coming, so we want to rest the players.
Well, we'll hear from the assistant coach Shankar Chakraborty, who was in charge yesterday, and he will give you all the excuses. But let me give you some hard realities that Mohun Bagan need to face. Look, I get it. They started making this team in November, December, which was at the middle of the season, and did not have much time or a proper preseason to vet players properly, and they could not make a full-blown team for this because the entire process. I'm talking about the transfer market when they were making the entire squad up. Okay, they made a almost 30-player team with a lot of players who came in from the CFL squad, from the academies. A couple of them came in, all of them, but very few of them were properly vetted because obviously Aizawl was going on and everything else was happening. But I'm saying, how are you using that as an excuse? You're sending a team with 7 players rested from the first team to play against Maziya. How can that be an excuse though? It's AFC Cup. It's the second biggest championship in the Asia, and you are sending. You're telling me just because you don't have a chance to win, you're not going to play for pride. Is that how Mohun Bagan act these days? Just making choices like this. That okay, let AFC Cup go, let I-League go. We'll focus on the Federation Cup. And how are we in this situation where if we rest a few players from the first team, we end up with a team that has no spirit at all?
Yeah.
Because just look at if you saw that match, they started well. Mohun Bagan were doing well at first. So the moment the first goal went in at 13 minutes in, who was this guy who scored? Yasfad Habib. Immediately it seemed like you know that freaking sound that comes when air goes out of a tire. That's what happened to Mohun Bagan. They just did not look like they wanted to fight. I think part of it.
I mean, that was not the only case in yesterday's match. It was this case from the beginning of the AFC Cup, because all they had their head was in the I-League. If that is the case, they should even make a statement saying that we are not interested in playing because there are too many things happening at the moment. We only want to focus on I-League and give up on AFC and everything else that's happening.
You have to play. You can't give up on that.
Yeah,
so,
then play. That's exactly the point. You have to play. That's why they're playing. Just for the sake of it, they're playing.
They're showing up.
Exactly.
Showing up. They're not doing anything more than that.
Yeah.
That's complete shameful, and that's a shame every Mohun Bagan fan will carry. Just losing
and they
for 5-2
did. I saw quite a few tweets that was raised by the Mohun Bagan fans saying that, if you don't want to play, don't go up and play. Don't make us feel so embarrassed about this 5-2 defeat.
Yeah.
What was all that about?
Yeah, and the point I was making is just, did you see the way they were just caught off guard when that first goal happened, and they just lost their spirit and they kept letting goals in. That comes from lack of proper match day practice and exposure to such situations on the part of many of the players who are playing. Okay, they just don't know how to handle themselves, and just the team just does not have the same caliber. And how can you just pass off as an excuse that you're resting 7 players? You know how the calendar is. You know how tough it is to play in I-League, AFC Cup, Federation Cup, all at the same time. I understand that they have to play 5 games within 9 days, which is unreal and stupid when Federation Cup and AFC Cup happen together in the next few weeks. But still, wouldn't you have a proper reserve squad ready to step up to the plate? wouldn't you represent India with pride? Because that's literally a part of Mohun Bagan's theme song. That we are this nation's answer to the world. From the 1911 IFA Shield win. So it's like why would you not work on this better? Because these are all problems that have been there in the previous season as well. AFC Cup, play a weaker team, lose a match, get embarrassed, then say, oh, we were prioritizing something else.
Yeah.
And it does not always work. I-League was lost, and we have no idea how Federation Cup will turn out for them.
Even if they were not in a mood to take AFC Cup seriously, they could have at least looked at this match, given a tough fight, saying, okay, Federation Cup is just days away, if that is the case. I mean, like this, it looks like nobody's interested in it.
Have you, if the reserves were out there, because I'm even not even just happy with the players here, because a lot of the players like Keane Lewis, Raju Gaikwad, they had a chance of redemption here. Okay, it's like okay, we have not done that well. Even JJ has not done that well in the I-League. So they are going out there. They're being given a chance to say that, hey, look, this is a game, because we're gonna play too many games. And they will have to rotate the squad. So this is the platform you get to prove yourselves. To say that you can really help your team out in the Federation Cup. They didn't seem like they wanted to play. They just did not have the fight. They just wanted to get it over with. After the first goal, second goal went in. Just compare this with the kind of performance Mohun Bagan put up in against Chennai City a few days ago. Okay, they were 1-0 down. And after the first half an hour, they just went at it.
Yeah.
They were like, we are not going to lose. Where was that spirit? What is missing here? Are you telling
priorities,
me that
nothing else is missing. It's just the priorities in the head. You already lost it in the head before going onto the field. So how can you then convert that into on the field?
That must be one of the factors. But I think it's got a lot to do with who's on the pitch as well. Because and this is worrying. Are you telling me there are 5 or 6 individuals, and if you take them out of the team, which may happen at any point during a long season like this, it may happen due to suspensions, injuries, 3 injuries and 2 suspensions. Suddenly you are faced with a similar situation in a game that you really care about. Are you telling me you're going to put up this kind of a fight? So this is complete bullshit from Mohun Bagan. The performance, one of the worst I have seen in the last 5 years, and they should answer for it. And let's listen to Shankar Lal Chakraborty, who was at the bench and was talking to reporters afterwards, and let's hear how he tries to spin it.
Yeah.
As a coach, according to our player ability, we did not play well, especially in first half. And yesterday I already told this team, this group, one of the best team. So, results show. But second half, we fought back. Our player realized to do something for the club or individual. But still, we are disappointed in this result. When a real thing going on, there is a no if, there is a no but. The result is 5-2. If you first half, JJ one flick behind the goalkeeper bar post. So of all you calculated, the result may be same, but ultimate 5-2. No, this is our job. Every day you can't win. Success not guaranteed. So we have to fight for. We have to walk way of the success road. Rest of the thing, Almighty God. So okay, we are losing. We are discussing in Kolkata what is our fault, what is our good thing, what is our bad thing, whereas we are lacking. Then our next Federation Cup preparation start.
Well, we heard now everyone talk about it. Let me get Kevin into this discussion. Yes, we are saying the second tier team. I mean, a team to come out and say that this is my second reserve team that I'm putting out there at a higher stage like AFC Cup stage. And then there is, it's not a head coach but the assistant coach who's talking for it. And you still call a second tier team and you say, There's JJ out there. There's Balwant out there. Those few players who are not there, maybe 1, 2, 3, you pick. You remove Devjit, you remove some others, and you're handicapped. So, Kevin, you were looking at the match. I'm pretty sure every time you got up and you came down back to your seat, Mohun Bagan were 1 goal down. What was all this about? A defending Federation Cup team, a team that was in contention of I-League, does something gives a performance like this in AFC Cup?
It's sending out all the wrong messages. Firstly, you've lost the league by a point. Yes, we do understand. But AFC Cup was always there. It was there even before the I-League contention was there. And a lot of things at stake over here. Firstly, it's Bengaluru in your own group. Secondly, you're representing your nation in the AFC level. So you're not just carrying your club name. You also have India attached to that. So it's not very happy moments when you see your nation's club being thrashed or humiliated at such a level. And more than the score, it was the performance that was hurting. So basically what we understand from here is you given your priorities at the start of the season itself. Okay, we are going to work at it considering the squad strength, and it's going to be worked out via squad rotation. But this is not squad rotation. This is completely just sending you're just saying that we are not interested in playing this game. We just want to pass off. The worst thing what I find for Mohun Bagan is that it opens up the group for Maziya and Bengaluru. Had Mohun Bagan won yesterday, it would be it would have sealed the deal for Bengaluru because they knew a win or a draw.
No. It was an opportunity missed for Mohun Bagan because Bengaluru lost. So Mohun Bagan would have been back in contention.
Right.
If Mohun Bagan had in the end gone on to
let him come. He's coming to that point.
Yeah, so that's everything was at stake. It was actually Bengaluru leading one step into 1 foot already into that qualification guarantee. But even Bengaluru lost it, and they also let Maziya come in. Now Maziya was closest to Bengaluru, but had Mohun Bagan taken that win yesterday, it would have closed the gap between Bengaluru and Mohun Bagan, where at a point that Mohun Bagan had already lost hopes. That gap would have reduced.
It really opened up between 3 teams then.
Yes.
Mohun Bagan coming into it
who
and
had
just
thought
taking it.
Abahani is going to give such a fight, and that too in a way that Bengaluru were unstoppable with the form that they were in. And we were expecting a Mohun Bagan team that was hurt by that loss against by that title loss.
Yeah, taking that frustration on this pitch
and we would have shown the strength that the season is not over.
Absolutely.
Although it's I-League that's not in their hands anymore, but there are 2 big competitions. Federation Cup is they'll be defending that, and AFC Cup which they've been trying to get into, and Bengaluru. Imagine if
they could just make it difficult for their team.
Imagine if they could have got over Bengaluru and taken the top spot in the group.
Yeah, you never know what would happen.
What a victory that would have been. What a message that would have given to everybody who was putting Mohun Bagan down because the league was lost.
Also, this point comes to my mind when Chiranjit made towards the in the beginning of where AFC Cup was starting, that now there are 2 clubs. Okay, initially when everybody was voicing out, the whole of India was backing one club up there. It was only one of the clubs who were up there fighting, so the whole nation comes together and supports them. But here you have 2 clubs. Then you have competition among those 2 clubs and saying that, hey, now you get your facts right, get your fandom right. You have to pick a team. You can't just say, okay, we are backing India, but we have more clubs here right now. So all of that could have made much more interesting, much more fascinating to watch because there's competition. If probably we would have seen a better fight from Bagan, but now it's all gone, and now it's back to square one where we are saying, now there's only one team, let's do the same thing again.
Till yesterday I really thought Mohun Bagan was not in the picture, but considering that loss and Bengaluru, which we never thought that they would drop points, they've lost it so miserably. Because, I think Mohun Bagan didn't get their tactics right, or either they did not get the calculations right. They really thought it's not in their hands anymore, let it go. But I think it's a wrong decision from their part.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think what it was lack of foresight and just thinking big. That's what we are lacking.
Yeah.
Just imagine if they had won this and Bengaluru had lost this and they just put their teeth in and somehow won the rest of the matches and progressed from this group.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Then what could have happened? What has a good chance of happening? That in June that the merger is announced and Mohun Bagan get into Aizawl and next season they make a big budget team. Okay, and so if they have a big budget team, they can sign a couple of really good foreign players, just strengthen their domestic strength and go into it in the knockout stages with more power than they have ever had before. And if they do that, they could just go all the way. Why I don't understand why the club of management, and there's no way the coach could have done this, just taken this so offhandedly, this AFC Cup assignment. If the club management from the very top had not consented to this, that okay, focus on Federation Cup, forget about AFC Cup. Why are they not thinking about this? Bengaluru FC reached the finals with that kind of a team.
Yeah, exactly. And then are you telling me a team like Mohun Bagan cannot do that?
Yeah, if they just they are actually just 2 or 3 signings short from going all the way up there, and they could have done that if the merger goes through, which may even happen. So I don't know. They failed the fans, okay?
Yeah.
Because the fans don't care where they have won I-League or not. Every time the team goes out there, the fans just line up to support them, okay?
Exactly.
The fans are always with them, and if the team is not going out there with full commitment, they're letting the fans down, and that's what's happening, and that's what's sad to see at this stage.
Exactly. Or is it really a statement that, hey, expect a dismal performance from us. We're going to perform like this way, so don't keep high hopes from us, because it's that ridiculous. I think this has just come up. We've seen Mohun Bagan doing this even in the past, even last time when they played against Tampa and Rovers. They just gave up, as in the midway. They just gave up. They're like, no, we have priorities. Get it straight, guys. You all live to play football. That's what you are supposed to do. It's not about a league. Every game for you as a player, as a team, as a management should matter. And just like you just pointed out, Ranjit, fans don't care which league, what tournament you played. It matches on that particular day. It's the match that matters. You go up there, irrespective of what league, what position you're at, you give a performance like we remember. If there was a fight, this was a 3-2 defeat also, or a 2-1 or a 1-0 also, we could say, there's a fight. This was 5-2, and those 2 goals just probably might have just come in, and that. You won't ever forget this, right? 5 goals that Mohun Bagan put in. It's crazy.
So imagine the fans' morale right now going into the Federation Cup. What are they going to feel about the team that loses to Maziya 5-2? You think they're going to be backing their team full strength now, because they can see that the team is not going out there and giving their 100%. How can you ask from them their 100% now?
Yeah.
What face do you have left?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what's happening.
Absolutely. Now. I think it's high time that a team like Mohun Bagan takes everything seriously right now, because every match matters no matter where you're playing. And priorities, please. You live to play a match. Again, I'm repeating. Just play and give your best on the field, whatever you're playing at. It's football. It's a 90 minutes that you have. Beautiful game. Why you have to spoil it for the fans and for yourself as well? Well, that's all, folks, for today. Hope this does not continue like this, and we see a good fight from all the respective teams that are there in the Federation Cup and the remaining fixtures in AFC Cup. We'll bring you all the updates that you want to know about Indian football, about the merger, about Aizawl FC, where they stand. Everything we'll get you, because we're a daily show, so we shall keep you updated. Now, in case there are things that are breaking news kind of a thing, you have to follow TFG Football for that on Twitter. You can also read all these updates, match reports if you want to read back. It's up on our website, thefangarage.com. We're also on Twitter. You can talk to us directly, anything that you want to. Boza_Kevin, Chiranjit Toja, Siju Matthew 94. Do like, share, subscribe our YouTube channel. Keep commenting, keep the comments coming, good, bad, whatever it is. We will take it in a good, positive stride. And also, I think that's all about it, right? Yeah, you can also listen to our show on Audioboom, SoundCloud, iTunes, and various other podcasting apps. Download the IVM podcast app on Android and iOS. Have a great day, folks. Come back to us. Cheers.
Excuse me, भैया. एक्सक्यूज मी।
बोलिए मैडम।
मेन्यू में क्या है?
मेन्यू में सीन अनसीन है, पॉडकास्ट है, ऑन कोर्स है, साइरस है, मेड इन इंडिया, रीडिस्कवरी प्रोजेक्ट, एम्पावरिंग सीरीज, सेक्स वेक्स है, IVM लाइक्स है, सिंप्लीफाइड है, कीपिंग इट क्वियर है, थिंग्स एंड डेस्टिनेशंस है, माय नेबर सकरबर्ग है और द फैन गराज है। आपको क्या चाहिए?
एक बार रिपीट कर देंगे क्या?
रिपीट नहीं करता हम। आप जाओ IVMpodcast.com पे और सुनो ये सब, या फिर डाउनलोड करो उनका ऐप, सब आपकी उंगलियों पे।